What's happening, everyone? It's Jysop. Sorry I haven't been making any videos lately. I was away on holidays in Japan, but now I'm back. So let's get right into it. The One Piece chapter 1085. So, Imu, the Impossible Ruler. After the events of chapter 1085, we have a lot to discuss. Imu, or Mu, as they refer to themselves in the third person, has semi-revealed themselves to Nefertari D, may I add, Cobra. And we now get a better insight on what Imu is all about. And the first point to note is that Imu refers to themselves as Mu, as if Mu is their own person, meaning that two individuals coexist within Imu, meaning Im is one individual and Mu is the other, creating Imu, which could also have ties to Blackbeard, who is hinted at to have multiple personalities. It's stated that Mu means dream or void, like as in I dream or I void, could be the meaning of Imu. Luffy being the embodiment of people's dreams, the sun god, as long as people wish for Nika, he will exist. Well, what if Imu could be the embodiment of nightmares? It was said by Cobra that the name Imu was mentioned to be in the 20 Kings, so what if Imu was like a ruler of a nightmarish kingdom, maybe the Florian Triangle? We did see some mysterious veiled monsters with red eyes hanging around there, maybe protecting Imu's home turf. When Sabo is watching, he proclaims there's something sinister in the air, like a dark energy or a lurking nightmare perhaps. We see Sabo attack the Gorosei and also attacks Imu. When Cobra reveals Lily's full name with the infamous D, they say that the D are the natural enemies of the gods, right? When really, the devils are the ones sitting on top of the world, so we see Sabo mention that it's hellish. When Sabo attacks Imu, they transform into a giant shadow creature and devour the flames like it's nothing. I also seen people mentioning, why did the Gorosei and Imu not send Sabo with observation haki? Well, the simple answer is because Sabo is not a scrub. He was trained by the world's most dangerous criminal, Monkey D. Dragon, and Luffy's dad, hence why they sense Wapol so quick and not Sabo. So, as we continue on, we see a devil tail-like thing pierce Cobra, and the Gorosei turn into shadow beings. The pointy arrow tail kind of reminds me a lot of the old Disney cartoon, Hell's Bells, like the shadow devil beings who are like very sinister. I believe Oda may have taken inspiration from this. Everything seems to tie back to why Moria had a hit put out on him from the higher ups. His Kage Kage no Mi could have ties to Imu's powers, as does Blackbeard's Yami Yami no Mi. Both fruits could be reminiscent of Imu's powers and the Gorosei powers. Imu being a shadow being makes perfect sense though, because Luffy is the light, the sun god, the darkness versus the light. In a previous chapter we seen the Gorosei mention which light needs to be extinguished this time, meaning literal sense, because the darkness or the shadows erase the light. Lily's great blunder is also highlighted in this chapter, which I've seen people mention she could have been the previous user of the Niki Niki no Mi, sending the poneglyphs scattered across the world, which would actually tie nicely to my Will of D theory, if that's the case. So Cobra tells Sabo to let Luffy and Vivi know that they share the moniker D, into which we get a small flashback with Sabo, Ace and Luffy, where they give Sabo the D in his name, Sa D Bo, which is reminiscent of the Sad Boy theory, with Ace's hat having both a joyful and sad face representing Luffy and Sabo. Cobra reveals Lily's letter to Sabo, and the poneglyphs must be protected, fly the flag that heralds the world's eventual dawn. One thing that I did notice in the OP scans, they translated the devilish laugh, or the roar, whatever you want to call it, as Garururu, which Garu refers to the Telugu language, sorry if I butchered that, spoken in India, where Garu means show respect to elders. Respect the elders, elder stars, and Imu could be its hidden meaning, as they roar over Cobra speaking when he's reading out Lily's letter. Then we see Wapol is caught peeking through a hole in a wall, which he either created or Sabo did, which is how Sabo might have entered the room, considering he's a fire Logie. He could have just slipped straight through the hole. Wapol runs away in terror, which I don't blame after seeing the terrifying reveal of Imu and the Gorosei. We finally find out how Vivi ended up with Wapol, as she was being held captive with CP0. We see our boy Jabra back, he's with Califar. We also see the other CPO members sitting at the table, as Vivi expressing her concern about Shirahoshi. Wapol bursts into the room in terror. Vivi uses it as an opportunity to escape in his mouth, and to the end of the chapter we see Wapol's wife as she's shocked to see Wapol escaping with another woman, and that's the end of the chapter. So there was a lot to unpack in that chapter, like lots of material for future videos, and it's probably like one of the bigger chapters of One Piece. So I'm really happy that Oda continued on with what we got last chapter and we just didn't cut to something else, so I'm really happy about that. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. Peace.